Okay, so we're going to look at some fractions today. Okay, let's look at some basic idea here. So a fraction is a portion of a whole, okay, whether it be one whole thing, such as a pizza, and you're cutting up into pieces, or it could be several pizzas, where you've got part of your answer will be a whole, and then there's a fractional element to it, or it could be even a fraction of a group of things, like for example, you might have a sporting team, and a certain number of those people have got black hair, okay? And you're looking at a fraction of those. These fractions are presented in this format. So we have a number over the top of another number. The number at the top is called the numerator, and you'll notice it has NUM, so it's got to do with the number of things that are in that group. And the denominator, okay, has got to do with denomination, so what they are. So think about back when you looked at things like, say, for example, 3 apples plus 2 apples. So the 3 was how many, and the apples was the denomination, it's what they were. In this case, we've got 3 of what we call fourths, okay? So 3/4, and this would be commonly called 3/4. The line through the middle is called the vernacular, which is sort of just trivia for you to know. The important thing with this line is this line represents division. So this 3/4 is actually 3 divided by 4. Okay, and that's a key point of information that will come up a lot when we're doing mathematics, especially with things to do with algebra, where we don't express things in that format in algebra, we always express them in fractional form. Okay, let's now look at types of fractions, okay? So here we have 3/4, or 3/4, okay? And this is what we would call a common fraction. Okay, so we've got 4 items and or things, something divided into 4 equal pieces, and 3 of them have been chosen. Okay, so 3/4. In this case, we've got our numerator is bigger than our denominator. Okay, and this is what we would call an improper fraction. Okay, so the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So for example, in this case, it'd be something like, for example, if there were pieces of cake and they're cut up into thirds, and you took 4 of those thirds. So obviously there's more than one cake, and it's represented as 4/3. We then can look at this, and we can convert that to what we would call a mixed number. And it's called mixed because it's a mixture of a whole number and a fraction. It's often also called a mixed fraction, and both those words are interchangeable. So 4/3 is the same as 1 whole plus 1/3, okay? And this is called a mixed number, or it's called a mixed fraction, okay? So both those terms mean the same thing. Now, what I want you to think about here, 1 and 1/3, that 1 can be represented as 4/4, okay? Sorry, not 4/4. That 1 can be represented as 3/3, okay? So 3/3 and 1/3 gets you back to that 4/3,